When you move in to hug a woman, her body decides who you are before your arms even close. In that split second, attraction can grow or quietly die. Most men believe a hug is simple, harmless, automatic. It isn't. A hug is a psychological exchange, and when you get it wrong, you don't just feel awkward. You register as unsafe, uncertain, or emotionally needy without ever saying a word. That's why so many men feel confused afterward. She smiles, yet something changes. The energy cools. The door subtly closes. The first mistake men make is rushing the hug. They step in too quickly, as if afraid the moment will disappear if they don't seize it. That urgency is not confidence, it's anxiety. Her nervous system feels it immediately. Instead of relaxing, her body braces. Even if she leans in, part of her is already pulling away internally. Attraction needs space to breathe. When you rush, you remove her sense of choice, and desire suffocates when choice is gone. The second mistake is collapsing your posture. Watch most men hug and you'll see shoulders rounding, head dipping, chest caving inward. This body language communicates apology, not presence. You are signaling that you don't feel fully entitled to occupy the moment. Women don't consciously analyze this, but biologically, posture equals emotional stability. When your body folds, her subconscious reads uncertainty. She may feel taller, heavier, more dominant in the moment. And attraction rarely flows from a woman who suddenly feels like the stronger emotional container. Another silent mistake is squeezing too tightly or holding too long. Men think firmness equals masculinity. It doesn't. It often equals control. When your grip lingers past the natural endpoint, her threat detection activates. Her body asks a simple question: why hasn't he let go yet? Even if she likes closeness, she needs to feel free inside it. The irony is powerful. The less you need to hold her, the safer and more drawn she feels. Many men also ignore body alignment. If her feet aren't pointing toward you, if her shoulders aren't open, if her breathing isn't calm, she isn't fully consenting to closeness yet. Going chest first anyway turns connection into pressure. Pressure creates resistance. Resistance destroys chemistry faster than rejection ever could. The deepest mistake of all is hugging for validation. Men hug hoping to feel approved of, wanted, reassured. She feels that hunger instantly. When your arms are asking instead of offering, the hug becomes a transaction. Women don't feel desire inside transactions. They feel desire inside grounded presence. A hug is not about touching her. It's about regulating her emotional state. If you are calm, centered, and self-contained, her body responds effortlessly. If you aren't, she pulls away, even if she can't explain why. What most men never understand is that a hug is not judged by intention, but by regulation. Your intentions don't matter if your nervous system is loud. A woman's body is always listening beneath the conversation, and when your body speaks insecurity, her body hears danger, not logical danger, emotional danger, the kind that quietly shuts attraction down. One of the most common mistakes is hesitation disguised as respect. Men pause too long, half step forward, half step back, unsure if they're allowed to be there. They tell themselves they're being polite. What her body feels instead is instability. Respect is not shrinking. Respect is clarity. A clear, grounded movement communicates safety far more than cautious uncertainty ever will. Another mistake is matching her nervous energy instead of leading it. If she's shy, men become shy. If she's tense, men tense up. That feels empathetic, but attraction needs polarity. Emotional leadership means your body stays slow and grounded, even when hers isn't yet. When you remain regulated, her nervous system begins to sync with yours. This is not manipulation. It's biology. Humans co-regulate through proximity. Hand placement is another silent signal most men get wrong. Hands too high feel restrictive. Hands too low feel invasive. Hands that float or twitch feel anxious. Your hands should feel settled, intentional, unconfused. When they do, she feels contained without being controlled. When they don't, her body doesn't know what to expect. And uncertainty is the enemy of desire. Breathing is rarely discussed, yet it may be the loudest signal of all. Shallow breathing during a hug tells her your system is activated. Activated systems don't feel safe. Deep, slow breathing tells her you are grounded. Without realizing it, her breath will slow with yours. When that happens, comfort turns into warmth, and warmth turns into attraction. Then there's the release. Men underestimate this part. Some pull away too fast, signaling discomfort with closeness. Others linger too long, signaling attachment. Both feel off. The right release feels complete, natural, like the moment ended because it fulfilled itself, not because someone escaped or demanded more. Afterward, women often say, "Something felt strange," or "I couldn't relax." What they mean is simple. My body didn't trust his body. Trust is built somatically, not verbally. You cannot talk your way out of a physical signal. A hug done well doesn't create confusion. It doesn't ask for reassurance. It doesn't perform. It simply communicates presence, and presence is rare. That's why it's powerful. When your body knows it doesn't need anything from her, her body feels free to want you. Here is the truth most men avoid because it removes excuses. A woman doesn't experience your hug as a skill. She experiences it as a reflection of how you relate to yourself. Your arms reveal your inner state faster than your words ever could. If you are disconnected inside, she will feel it instantly. No technique can hide that. Many men hug while mentally absent. Their mind is racing. How do I look? Does she like me? Am I doing this right? That internal noise travels through the body. Your touch becomes inconsistent. Your timing feels awkward. Your presence disappears. And when presence disappears, intimacy collapses. A hug without presence feels hollow, even if it looks correct from the outside. Another mistake is using the hug as a shortcut to attraction. Men think physical closeness creates desire. In reality, desire creates permission for closeness. When you hug with an agenda, her body tightens. She may not pull away, but internally, she creates distance. Desire cannot grow where it feels managed or pushed. It grows where it feels chosen. Men also confuse familiarity with intimacy. They hug as if access has already been earned. This feels intrusive, not confident. Intimacy unfolds in layers. It is offered, not assumed. When you respect the pace of emotional access, women don't feel taken. They feel seen. And being seen is far more intoxicating than being touched. Some men overcorrect by becoming stiff and overly careful. Afraid of doing something wrong, they remove warmth entirely. The hug becomes robotic, cold, technically safe but emotionally empty. Warmth is not aggression. Warmth is emotional availability. Without it, the hug leaves nothing behind. Here is the deeper layer most men never connect. The way you hug mirrors the way you attach in relationships. If you cling emotionally, you cling physically. If you fear vulnerability, your body stays distant. If you crave reassurance, your arms tighten. Women sense your attachment style without knowing the psychology behind it. They feel it in their body. When a man hugs from self-trust, the experience changes completely. His arms are relaxed, not limp. Certain, not forceful. His chest is open, not searching. His presence feels complete on its own. This is what women respond to. Not dominance, not niceness, but stability. The paradox is brutal and freeing. The less you need the hug to mean something about you, the more it means to her. When you don't chase connection, connection emerges naturally, quietly, powerfully. A good hug leaves her calm, not confused, warm, not watched, safe, not evaluated. And when a woman feels those things, attraction doesn't need effort. It appears on its own terms. So here is the final truth, and it's the one that changes everything if you let it. A hug is a preview. It shows a woman how you will handle closeness, emotional weight, and pressure later. Your body tells her whether you will rush her, retreat from her, cling to her, or remain steady when things get real. She doesn't analyze this consciously. She feels it. And feelings are what guide her decisions long after logic fades. If you rush the hug, her body expects pressure later. If you collapse inward, her body expects insecurity. If you cling, her body anticipates emotional dependence. But if you stay grounded, relaxed, and self-contained, her body anticipates safety. And safety is the soil where attraction grows. Not excitement, not performance. Safety first. This is why women remember how a man made them feel, even when they forget his face, his words, or the details of the moment. Words can be rehearsed. Touch cannot lie. Your nervous system always tells the truth. The goal is not to perfect the hug. That mindset keeps you stuck in your head. The goal is to become a man whose presence is settled. When you are settled inside yourself, your body doesn't reach, grab, or hesitate. It simply offers. And an offered presence feels rare in a world full of men asking to be chosen. When you don't need the hug to validate you, it becomes validating to her. When you don't use closeness to fill a gap inside yourself, closeness feels safe to enter. When you stop trying to create attraction and start embodying emotional stability, attraction follows without resistance. A grounded hug says, "I'm not here to take anything from you." That message alone lowers defenses. And when defenses drop, curiosity rises. Curiosity becomes warmth. Warmth becomes desire. So the next time you step into that moment, don't think about your arms. Think about your center. Slow down. Breathe. Stand tall without forcing it. Let the hug be complete. Not needy, not rushed, not extended for reassurance. Let it begin clean and end clean. Now ask yourself this honestly, because the answer matters more than technique ever will. When you hug a woman, are you offering presence or are you asking to be chosen? Write your answer in the comments. If this shifted the way you see yourself, like the video, subscribe for deeper psychological truths, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it but doesn't know why yet.